think we're live. All right. Yay! Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mario's Kingdom. Today, we are traveling into the world of Harry Potter and fantasy. Not like we haven't been into the fantasy the whole time. However, today I dressed up a little bit more than normal and I felt a little inspired, so I decorated a little bit. So we just have a few more props than normal out. We have this lovely trunk, and we have a couple of our candles, and we have some lovely live plants thanks to Jalen. I'm pretty sure this one is catnip. There we go. Lovely, lovely. I forgot what this one is. I think it might be pumpkin. And then we got our candles, and don't forget Hedwig. Hedwig. There we go. All right. So on top of that, we are going to make another ointment or healing body butter. This time we're going to make it with regular coconut oil. It's not infused with anything. All of this is just natural product that you can just get. So, let's see. I also got these today. They knocked on my door about 10 minutes ago. So we'll unbox these together and see what's in here. Actually, I know what's in here, but I'd like to know. It's like opening is a whole new world. Okay. So there's that. And also, let's see. I gotta open this drink. I'm thirsty. So this time I'm gonna try the pine. Let's see what this says. Pineberry splash. It looks like it has strawberries and pineapple. Zero sugar. That's the best part about this drink is that zero sugar. All right. Do do doobie. Do 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 doobie. Do doobie. Do doobie. Do doobie. Do 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 doobie. Do 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 doobie. Do doobie. Do doobie. Do doobie. Do doobie. 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 All right, we're gonna give that a good doobie shake. The doobie shake. Doobie doobie. Doobie doobie. Okay. All right. So. Okay. Oh, hold on. So I thought it was gonna be overwhelmingly pineapple, but something cuts a lot of the pineapple. Good job. And no life is complete without Karlak. Oh, no matter where we are, Karlak will follow. No matter where he will go, or no matter where we will go. Alright. It is a little hot. Let me. Ugh. Whew. Okay. Alright, until we get melting, this may actually come off. But so also wanted to make a lot more this time to get more of that whipped consistency that I really want. I want to see it get really fluffy, to the point where it's almost melting instantly in your palm. Where no, most of the time it melts almost instantly, but if you have a little chunk, it takes a moment to rub it in. But um, I also want to give a little bit of it away, so I want to make enough where I still have some. Um, and also, we're going to keep the African shea butter, and that's one major reason why we're going to do a Hufflepuff inspired body butter because it's going to turn out yellow pretty much. So let's keep to that yellow coloring. Also, so Hufflepuff picks yellow because of wheat and black because of soil. So that kind of fits in with their herbology and the planting, and they're loyal, and their friendship is one of the best kind of friendships that you could have. So let's get. Oh, yeah, we're gonna get rid of this now. It's a little too hot for that. I wish it was a Harry Potter one, but that's my Star Wars one. Alright, so let's get this heat going over here. Oh, you know what? Why don't you all follow me? There we go. Alright, let's see. So we're going to start off with a half a cup of beeswax. Actually, we might do just a little bit more than half a cup of beeswax, because we're gonna do 3 cups of that African shea butter, and that's a good amount. So let me see how much this ends up being taken out. Alright, why don't we do about almost half of this? Yeah, I would say that's pretty close to half. So that would be a fourth, right? So we have a half plus a fourth. Okay. And remember, we're gonna let the beeswax melt first, so that way it can get a nice liquid. Rewind. We're gonna melt the beeswax first because it takes longer to melt, and once we put the shea butter in, it pretty much instantly melts, and we don't want to have a lot of beeswax trying to melt while we're having the butters melt. It just kind of overburns it. Alright, where's my had something. Alright, you may have to move in a moment. Oh, I did forget to put gloves on too. My bad. Oh, I never turned on the stove. Alright, so I'm gonna turn it on high for like a moment until it gets hot, and then I'm gonna turn it down to like maybe even 2. Oh, the other reason why it's so hot is because this oven is on dehydrating. What is he dehydrating? I think oregano. Alright, but we can measure out some of the product that we want to use. So we're gonna do 3 cups of the African shea butter. And depending how it looks, or really how much I take out of this big old block, I may take out a half a cup more. Oh, and let me turn that down to pretty much 2. We'll call that cup 1. I remember when Harry Potter first came out. It was definitely one of my favorite movies. I remember specifically when they had the wand and they hit the bricks. And this, I remember specifically because the DVD had a game where you had to remember which bricks was picked by the wand, and I remember playing that game for hours. Who knows why though? Alright, so we're gonna call that cup 2. Cup 3. Let's see. So it does look like we put in a little dent to the butter. My bad, guys. But for why not? Let's add in 2 more scoops. Just because most likely when I'm not having this melted down before I'm measuring it, it may not have been 3 cups worth, but it's definitely over 3 cups worth now. Alright, so I gotta remember to write that down too. How's that beeswax doing? Rude. Alright, well, it's taking a little bit, so I'm gonna put it back up to like 5. Let me get this out of the way. Alright, and that's gonna be the shea butter we use. Oh, where did that box go? Right here. I'm gonna have to find a good spot for that later. Alright, and there's the bowl of that. And maybe I'm gonna clean up the spoon. I put these spoons aside just for the lotions. That's why they're so big, because it's normally the ones I don't use for stuff, it's normally the ones I use for extra things and not necessarily food, like such a big nose. Alright, anyways, back to ooh, running low, guys, running low on the cocoon butter. Calcum butter. Calcum. That calcum. There we go. Alright. And we're not gonna use much of this. I feel like just using a scoop or 2 is sufficient to get the healing properties that we want, especially because we got a lot of other stuff that's super healing, and I don't really want to go through all this. I do eventually want to make another face cream, so I will need this, but if I may even get like a different butter to do that too. Alright, so throw that in there just to kind of see measurement wise possibly how much we're putting in. And if I was to guess, I would probably say that's like a third of a cup, maybe even a fourth of a cup. I would say a fourth of a cup. Alright, so I won't be using this for a little while. chapstick with that. That's what that will be. Is that getting rid of the bubble? Oh, okay. Let's turn this down before it starts yelling at me. Actually, we'll just turn it off. Just turn off. I don't even want to hear you. So using the ceramic bowl, it seems like the boiling water kind of like gets it really hot. And it seems like it kind of keeps its heat longer too. Alright, so there's a fourth a cup of that. I don't remember what else we need that for. Alright. Kind of interested to see what it would be like without the zinc. So I think we're going to do two batches, one with zinc and one without zinc. Just to see what the texture difference is. Because I kind of want to play with some of these ingredients and see how different things will make these products feel, or how, if they'll help more with certain things. Will it increase its productivity? Alright, so the stove is off. So the bowl is still getting its bubbles from underneath. For coconut oil, I wonder how much coconut oil we should do. Alright, so with Carlax coconut oil, or with Carlax body oil, we did a half a cup of coconut, and it was 2 cups of African shea butter. So if we have 3.5 cups, why don't we do like 3/4 of a cup of the coconut butter? Alright, we're gonna use a fresh spoon for this, and since this is pretty much melted, we're actually gonna remove that. Fresh, unrefined. What is it? Naturally refined, expeller pressed coconut oil. Alright, so I would say there's some gaps in there, so I would say that's close enough to 3/4 of a cup, which I'm pretty sure I said 3/4 of a cup, yeah. Alright. I don't want my counter to get all over it. Let's move this up a little bit for you. Alright, so the beeswax is almost pretty much melted. We're almost completely there. Oh, I need a drink. I need a drink. Also, I did remember to put the mixing bowl in the freezer. This time, I also put the whisk in the freezer. So, it's gonna have like super double triple cooling action. So, let's see here. See, we just got a little bit of beeswax left. We don't want to go absolutely crazy with heating it. And especially with all that steam coming up in our face, that's just gonna get frustrating after a while. Alright, so since that's pretty much done, we're gonna add in our butters. So we have about 3 and maybe a half, maybe a fourth a cup of shea butter, and I would say, I think 3/4 of a cup of the cocoon. No. It was almost a fourth a cup of the talcum butter. Alright, so we're gonna get this in here. Oh, that's almost done. So also I'm gonna get this back on the heat because when we mix in the powders, I think it'll be a better idea if it's a little bit hotter than almost cool maybe. Maybe it'll help it dissolve better. And I'm not turning on the stove, it's just on the hot burner that was on. And once that melts, we'll get the coconut oil in there. And since that's a solid, we'll put that in first before we do the other oils. Then we'll do the turmeric. Alright, and now that the oven's off, it'll get a little bit cooler in this kitchen too. Whew. Ah, that's hot! Alright, so this morning I made my Millen tea. I'm not sure, I gotta remember how to say that. And Jalen has his chocolate mint that he was growing out of there, and he dehydrated it. And then we steeped it with the tea. So it's an actual sweetener by itself. So I didn't add any honey, but let's see how it tastes. It doesn't taste bad, but I like my tea hot. I almost forgot to turn it on. I'm also thinking about turning this back on maybe? No. I'm just gonna be patient, just be patient. You know, I got an idea. We're gonna get it to melt faster. I love my wand. This is the first wand I got. This is the only wand I have. Jalen has a wand, but let me know what kind of wands you guys have. I have a Death Eater wand. I know it doesn't fit in with the Hufflepuff, inspiration today, but I don't have a Hufflepuff wand. I have a Slytherin wand. So, yeah. What kind of wand do you have? I'm also gonna put this back on simmer just to get a little bit hotter because I think it just needs a little help. I don't want it to get solid. Alright, so coconut oil is there. Turmeric we are definitely using. So we'll get that ready. See, I always go back and add more. I have... No! No, these are a clean one already. Alright, let me put a little bit more in there. Alright, that's better. Alright, and then it's already yellow, so we're gonna add in our soy lecithin. Helps our bonding agent. Oh. Like, what is beeping at me? It's my tea. It's reminding me my tea is ready. Ugh, needs to be hotter. Alright. And so we don't forget, we're gonna add cornstarch. Alright, so yesterday, or this morning really, oh yeah, and yesterday with Danny, we did add cornstarch. I feel like I should add more cornstarch than that. The face cream that we did, oh yeah, that we did this morning. Um, Jalen says he likes the feeling of it, but I feel like there's a little bit too much of a residue. He loves it. In fact, he told me not to touch it, so I'm not gonna mess with that one. But this one, I'm gonna add in extra cornstarch. So, alright. I don't know if I said, but the stove is back on simmer because it looks like it needed a little help melting. Come on. Alright, so for this, I think we're gonna add like 2, maybe 3 spoonfuls of this. You know what, we're gonna do 2 because we can always add more. And I did a second heaping one, and I feel like that may have been exactly what I wanted. Exactly. Fudge. Ooh, I felt like that cinnamon girl for a second. Woo! Oh, chow. Ooh. Eh. Oh my. Alright, so that was very pleasant. And then zinc. I really prefer to add it in now. Oh, you know what? I'll put it in a separate bowl. And then we'll just kind of mix that one separately. No, that's not gonna. You know what? We can let it cool while the other one is mixing, because the other one will not have to go back in the freezer since the bowl is already frozen. So let me use the small bowl because it's still really good. Okay. Alright, so we're going to get a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, the medicine go down. Ugh. Alright, so about a heaping full of this spoon. And that shall be separate. I'm very interested to see how that all pans out. Alright, so this is still melting. It's on a nice simmer. May even turn this up for a minute because this may have actually cooled. So just for a moment, turn this sucker on high. Coconut oil. Alright, so Carlac had the coconut oil, and then we'll do the grapeseed, almond oil, and grapeseed, almond oil, avocado oil, and also this time we're going to add castor oil because that is also good for, I think overall, I don't want to be touching these, redness and puffiness, so everything is just going to help to keep skin very nice. Oh, let's turn this back down. Actually, maybe even turn that off now that's hot enough. now it's too hot, so I'm gonna have to let that sit for a minute. I just really don't want it steaming and snapping at me, so I'm just gonna put it back on to simmer. Alright, so I have the coconut oil and the other oils that are about to be added in. So we'll do these over here. I already used that. That's over here separate. And you know what? Since there's a lot less, we're not even gonna use most of the zinc. We're gonna put some of the zinc back. Mainly because I think that's just a lot. We're gonna do half of that. That's a lot better. Actually, maybe even. That looks about a table. Actually, about a tablespoon. I was gonna say, if you could see my counter now, you would just see spoons. Well, spoons and measuring cup. Let's get that shay melted. There we go. And honestly, I don't know how much is left out of the grapeseed oil, the avocado oil, and the almond oil, but it feels like they're all pretty much up to this level. So we're just gonna finish off the bottles with those, and the castor oil we'll put about that amount. About that amount into it. There we go. We'll get there one day or another. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get you one way or another. Whew, it is hot. This oven needs to cool down. I don't want this to get too hot when it's after it's been in the freezer, so we're not going to put that in the freezer. We're just gonna kind of let that settle for a second. Oh, that pine berry is really good. I'm so happy I like that. I was really afraid I wasn't gonna like it. Alright, come on, let's get to melting now. I'm pretty much ready for you. Normally, it's ready for me, and I'm like, oh, I need to hurry! But no, come on. I think this time also, since there's so much more product in here, we're actually gonna get that whipped consistency that I've been wanting. However, I was thinking about splitting it up, so I don't know. Well, if I'm splitting it up, should I put more butter into it? No, because then I'm gonna need other stuff that's more. Hold on. What did I tell you about me going back and adding more of something? It's about a fourth a cup. Actually, I would say that's close to a third of a cup. Let me write that down before I actually forget that too. I should have probably broke it up at least a little bit. Ooh. Let's get that a little warm. So we did, I would say it was about 3 1/4 cup And then I would say we added at least a third a cup of the butter. And it's bubbling, so we're gonna turn that off. And I'm gonna rub the butter along the bottom of the bowl. And it'll probably help it melt a little bit more faster. Alright, so if we did 3 1/4 cup and then a third cup more, what would that be? Does anybody know math off of the top of their head? So I feel like it's close to like 3/4. So 3 3/4 cups of the African shea butter. 3/4 of a cup of beeswax. 1/4 a cup of the cocoa butter. 3/4 cup of coconut oil. I would say a fourth or a third of a cup of avocado, grapeseed, and almond oil. A tablespoon of cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. A tablespoon of turmeric, a tablespoon of soy lecithin. I don't know if I'm saying that right, excuse me. Alright, so this is melted pretty much. We're going to add in our coconut oil and our other oils now, since it's pretty much melted. And we'll put this back on here as long as it doesn't go crazy. And I'll let you guys see it maybe. No, that's about as good as you're going to get in there. So let's get this coconut oil in here. There we go. Ah! There we go. So the coconut oil is going to melt really fast, which is why we're doing those oils last. Because it's not really going to need to melt, it kind of just, oh, it's boiling, so we're going to take that off. We don't want it to boil. We don't want it to boil. Alright, so yeah, that looks about a fourth of a cup. I can't believe this is already gone. I'm going to save these because these will be good for massage oil. I think I might make massage oil next, but I don't have exactly what I need for the massage oil. Alright, let's see how much almond oil is in there. That brought us up to almost half a cup. So I would say there's almost a fourth a cup in here. And then the avocado oil, which should bring us almost to 3/4 of a cup. I would say close enough. So yep, there was about a fourth a cup of that in there as well. And then we are going to actually top off the rest with the castor oil. Ooh, my skin actually looks pretty good. I'm going to use that face cream that we made this morning together. Right after, while we're taking a little break. Because that feels so good. It is so protecting for the skin. And my skin looks like it is glowing today. Alright, so, ooh, that's a lot of the castor oil. Maybe I should have used a little less. But it definitely looked like the other ones were about a fourth of a cup. But that took like half of this bottle. And I made 3 different products, right? We made 3 things so far, right? Alright, so anyways, let's put this oil in here. Alright, and that is good. Give this a good little mix. So we still got a couple chunks in here. So I'm just going to put this right back on the burner for a moment. It's not on, it is just still hot. And we're definitely going to have enough to make enough for 2 different colors. Which unfortunately the other color is going to be as close to black as we can get. Because black for Hufflepuff is soil and the yellow is wheat. And that's what we're gonna have, a nice little whipped mixture together, I'm hoping. But we'll see when it comes to that. So I don't think I need that, but let me hold on because sometimes I clean stuff before and I shouldn't because I need to wait. So it doesn't look like there's anything more on the bottom, but there are 2 little chunks that are floating around. Oh, the oven has cooled off, so it's gotten cooler in the kitchen too. Ooh. Because for a moment it was hot. Could you melt a little bit faster, please? You are the last piece. And you're gonna bother me if you don't melt. Alright, I think that is... Oh, it's all melted. Okay. So we are going to keep it on the burner. And... Alright, how am I going to do this? I need like an extra hand somehow. Alright, so this, I'm going to need... Ooh, I need a dry spoon. Alright, what one looks best? Let's use this one. Oh, this one is what I used to pick that stuff up anyways, so that's alright. Ooh. Oh, actually, maybe I can get a little bit closer over here too for you. Alright, this is gonna have to be washed. And then... Please don't burn me. It's stuck. I don't have many gloves left. I need to really get gloves. And you know what? Just for fun, for editing later. Wow. Alright, the bowl is still going to stay hot for a while. Ceramic keeps its heat pretty well. But also, I don't want to spill that product all over the place. Alright, there we go. So that's done. And honestly, we spoons can go in this hot water. And also, I need my counter space back. And it's okay that we're taking our time at this point. It needs to cool down slowly, and it's pretty hot right now, so it's okay. It's not a big deal. Move that at least over here. Make this a little bit easier to grab. Alright. Give this a stir. Alright, so that looks pretty good. Let's look at that while we put in our mixture and see how this turns out. God, and I need to get better gloves too. Ugh. It's like my hands grew over the last couple moments. Alright. So, got our sifter, and we're going to do a little bit at a time, so that way it doesn't clump up in there too. So just dump it right in there, let all the loose stuff get going. Ooh, I did not want it to do that. Alright, so either way, let's just finish this out. out a better way to put the powders in too. Well, I guess it's hot enough where it's kind of dissolving. I don't know, can you guys see that? So we have not added the zinc yet, but we will in a moment, but only to half of this. But I want to make sure this is very well mixed together before we transfer it, because I don't want some to be really good and some not to be good enough. I'm almost tempted to add in the zinc after this is blended. Tempted. I wonder what the best way of getting this out is, because pouring it, I may spill it all over the place. Hmm. So it doesn't look grainy. I feel like as soon as I add the zinc, that's what makes it grainy. I almost want to whisk it a little bit. Oh, you know what? I am gonna give it a little whisk. I am. Because, I want to make sure everything at the bottom is very well mixed in there. There we go. See, I can already see a little change in color. So that means there was stuff settling at the bottom. I'm gonna mix this for a couple minutes, because it's okay to let it cool. Because half of it is not gonna go in that steel bowl frozen. Yeah, I still see chunks too. Wow, this is like perfect. I need a collection of these. This is Pampered Chef too. Thank you. Ooh! I got that. Oh no, I got it everywhere. I think I'm gonna use the zinc with the yellow, so that way it kind of makes, maybe the zinc will help lighten up the yellow when we put it in there, so it's not like a musty mustard color. Oh, there's a chunk. Okay, so that's kind of cool. We're gonna take that out. Alright, so that's that, and we're going to get this bowl and somehow scoop a little bit I guess I can just use this and then, no, I don't want to use just that. everywhere. Alright, wish me luck, everybody. We're about to see if I am able to succeed or if I am going to fail. I am so nervous. Please don't. I feel like that's good enough for that second batch. So I always know it's probably going to spill from the bottom when I do that, so I like to hover the bowl over just in case. This is already starting to cool in here, so we'll use this as the black. And give this one last little whisk. Actually, let's add, oh no, I already put that in there. Crap. That's alright. I cleaned the sink before we started, so let me just put this over here. The zinc, I don't know, normally it like super thickens up as soon as I add it. It's kind of like gravy. Yep, see? It's like gravy. And I see an awful lot of oil, well not an awful lot of oil because half the product is oil. I'm kind of debating if I want to put some more cornstarch in there too. Alright, so this one is going to be yellow. It's going to have zinc in it. I am adding more cornstarch. So the black one, I'm not going to add more cornstarch and I'm not going to add the zinc. And we're going to see what kind of difference that gives us. I don't want any powder on the edges. Now look at that. That looks so good, don't it? Alright, so we're going to let this go on the side for just a moment. And we're going to work on the yellow one first. So that way the black doesn't mess up anything. Alright, rinse that off though. Alright, and this one does not have zinc in it. We did not add any extra cornstarch besides, I think, the 2 tablespoons that we did. And it's keeping like a thick texture still, but it's still kind of transparent. It's not as thick as the other one. Alright, there we go. Alright, so let's see. Let me take these off. I think I got a couple more pairs left. Oh, okay. Yeah. Bright light, bright light. Let me clean up a little bit. We're done with the measuring cup, we're done with the oil, we're done with that measuring cup. Might not be done with the spoon, spatula. That's the other spatula I used. I don't remember what I used that for, but that will go in the box. That can go over there for now. Alright, we are a little bit more cleaned up. It looks like this battery's about to die, so let me change this really fast. time you'll be able to see it freeze almost instantly because I'm going to remember to let you see that part. I don't know if you could tell, but there's some frost coming off of that. Okay, so let me get my directions so I don't really mess up too much. I don't like to mess something up at this point. Alright, so we did freeze our bowl. We added in our soy lictin, and we added in the turmeric. That's right. Empty bowl into mixer. Leave enough in the bowl to slowly add zinc. We did that, so we don't need to do that part now. Alright, so the oils are all in. That's in. Alright, so why don't we put this in the bowl? And guys, I want you to see how almost instantly it freezes. It's actually pretty cool. Let me put this up here. Actually, it might be easier to put it afterwards, but okay. Alright, so let's do that, and then we're going to probably need the spatula this time. Nope, that was the last glove, so it looks like we're going to do the rest of this without gloves. That's right, because we're not really touching it for the most part. Alright, so, super cold bowl. Let me get as close as possible and move that bit. Alright, are you ready? Let me give this one last mix because it seems to have cooled a little bit. Well, let me move my paper towels a little bit out of the way too. There we go. Alright, let me get my spatula. And here we go. Ready? 1, 2. Oh, and there's a little bit of powder in there, so I'm going to leave a little bit in there to kind of just break it up. And if it doesn't break up, I'll figure that out. But look at this. Would y'all look at it? Oh, this must have been the couple chunks that got in there when I went whoop with the sifter right over the bowl. So let's see how much we can get that broken up. Now if we can't get them broken up, they are not part of this. Alright, so it did look like there was a little bit of white powder in here too left over. So that was probably either some cornstarch left over, or what else was white that we used? Cornstarch. The zinc is not in this one. So yeah, I guess it was the cornstarch that was left over. looks like there's a couple chunks I just want to get out. Alright. That looks good. Let me use this. Oh, I do not want that. Get off of my spatula. Alright. Is there any other big ones? None that I can see. Oh wait, is there? No. Ooh. So I'm assuming because I had a lot more in here that it didn't like all instantly freeze. Because last time when I didn't have as much, it did pretty much instantly freeze. Oh, that is like super handy. Oh, it smells fantastic too. I didn't really put anything in there yet for it to really smell good. I got a whiff of something though. Well, it did cool down a lot, so that's good. That's definitely gonna speed up this process a lot. The smaller amount you do, the faster it will be, of course. But you can see it's hardening around the bowl too, like on the edges. And since it cooled down so fast at that moment, we're gonna kind of let it slowly cool for a moment. Getting nice thickness to it. Alright. And then actually looks like there's a little frost on the whipper, so we're gonna just give that a little bit of a dry. Okay. Alright, we're gonna move this over. That's gotta get wiped out. And put that in. Oh, that's where it is. There we go. Alright. So we're gonna give it a little bit of a whip since it's cooled a good amount. And since it's cooled a little bit, we're also going to add our health oils that we normally do. So, as always, vitamin E oil. Couple drops of that just for overall health. And then our soothing oil, which is really going to tighten everything up and give us nice aging defying skin. 3, 4, 5, 6. You know what? And we actually pretty much doubled a lot of that recipe. So I'm going to not just do 6 of these. I think I'm going to do 10. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mainly because this is just oils and there's no essential oils in there. So I feel very comfortable doing that. And since we doubled that, we're also going to double our black seed oil. And black seed oil activates turmeric. So I would love to have a dropper that grabs the whole thing. So that looks like half. We're going to just do half 4 times. So 2, 3, 4. So that I would say would be 2 full droppers of the black seed oil. And then we're going to do some rose hip. Maybe. There you go. And just like the black seed oil, let's see what happens. We get about half droppers, so we're going to do 4 of those. So that way we have 2 full droppers of that. 3, 4. Oh, and then we emptied some of it out, so it's kind of like double but not double. Well, good thing we didn't put a lot of that. Alright, so now that it's kind of cool, and we have our health oils in here, I'll get you guys closer. Hold on. Let me move these out of the way. We will need these in a couple moments. Alright, let's put you right here. Ready to rumble! Alright, let's watch this whisk, guys. This is one of the best parts. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Alright, so we let that whip together for a little bit. Um, Normally I let it freeze for a little bit and then add the essential oils, but it's pretty cool, so we're just gonna add the oils. One of the first things we're going to add is one day out there you will see my face. You know what, maybe it's too close. Copia. Pretty much a lot of the same properties of CBD. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 162, 1, 1, 6, back, back. So there was about that much of that oil. And next is the raspberry seed oil. A lot of, on top of it smelling like raspberries, on top of that, it has a lot of UV protection, anti-aging protection. We're going to do about almost a half cap full of that. And we're going to give that a little mix before we add in our spice. Well, our spice. Hold on. Spice. Sorry guys, I am who I am. Alright, so let me get this going a little bit. Bro, you know what? I'll wipe the sides first. That's actually driving me a little crazy right now. Oh, it smells so good. Oh. Wow. Alright. Ooh, God, this is so cool. Oop. Is it this side? Okay. A little longer on that side? Is that what it needs? Oop, then it's not really covering the back right here. a nice mix to it. So it seems like we do need to keep it frozen at times in order to get it back to a very cool temperature. The so that way when we're mixing it, the air bubbles stay into it. So that's what makes it whipped. Um, but there is a difference, and there are air bubbles in this. Um, so I am going to. We are going to find a scent for the yellow, and we're going to do that together. And first, we're going to find out what's in this spice and see what these smell like. I'm really excited for this. All right, so keep in mind, yellow will be so wheat, um, so things that grow, flowers, maybe, um, soil or not soil. Wheat would be. What time does wheat grow, or what season does wheat grow? I'm not sure. But these seem like a little bit more of a fall scent. Let me make sure they're all facing forward before I try to show you. Got warm again. There we go. Oh, of course that one doesn't want to. Alright, so we have cinnamon. We have something I can't read. It looks like something apple, pumpkin, vanilla, and harvest. Fall leaf and apple. Oh, is that just apple by itself? Ooh. Come here. Ooh, apple cider. Okay. So apple cider, pumpkin, vanilla, and harvest spice. Hmm. Fall leaf, harvest spice, vanilla, pumpkin. So I think we're going to give it like a the yellow will have a harvest spice. Let me see what this smells like. Because if I don't like this, then I think I might use these for something else. Smells like cinnamon. Like those cinnamon things that you would have in the middle of the table with the pine cones. The cinnamon decoration. Hmm. That's really strong cinnamon, and I don't think we really want cinnamon for like a wheat. No, that doesn't make sense for Hufflepuff. Alright, so let's see what fall leaf smells like. Okay. Alright. I think yeah, fall leaf. I think that's where we're gonna be. Let me turn this back up a little bit. Alright. Alright, so fall leaf is gonna be with the yellow. And before I found that, I did find I was gonna put vanilla in it, so maybe I'll use this new vanilla. As long as it doesn't smell too fort or harvesty, I guess. No, it just smells like vanilla. Okay, so we're going to do fall leaf, vanilla, and this was my original thought with the yellow was orange blossom with the vanilla. So let's see what the orange blossom. Yeah, that still smells really good. Maybe we should just mix all three of those together. Alright, let's see. I could deal with all three of those together. So we have the orange blossom. We're going to do about 10 drops of this. 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A little bit more than 10, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oof, that came out fast. Alright, let's close these up. I don't want them spilling everywhere. Oh no! Oh, okay. Alright, this I think is going to smell absolutely amazing. Alright. I'm going to get you back over to the mixer. And we're going to be mixing together. Let's get that essential oil mixed in. What side is that? Is that this side? What side are we doing? Here we go. New pot of something way bigger. Alright. Let's get a little mix in here, and then we'll probably have to put it in the freezer after this, to be honest with you. Kind of have an idea, and we're gonna see if this works together. So I have this cheesecake pan, and I'm gonna fill it with ice, and I'm gonna put it under the bowl. Aha. Alright, put that back. That back. Aha! Oh, it's not really going to really touch it. Okay. Well, I mean, I did this much work, so we're gonna fill it with ice and just kind of see how it goes regardless. Maybe it'll help out a little. Maybe it won't help at all. But for me, at least I know I have tried. Would you stop doing that? Is that better? so I don't know if you can hear it, but the ice was snapping a little bit a second ago. Oh, I want to give this a little bit of a stir, and it can kind of sit in that ice bath for a second. The cool part about the metal bowl, is that it will all get cold if the bottom's getting cold. Oh, and it's thickening up already, so that means it is chilling in that ice. That is so cool. We are innovative with what we do. Look at that ice. Yes, ice in a cheesecake bowl. Perfect. So we're gonna put that back up, lock it in place. Try to get the bowl as much in there as possible. Cool beans. Alright, let's get you, maybe we can get you just a tad closer. And not like where it says KitchenAid. There we go. I think that's what I was trying to do. Alright, that will definitely help us see it mix. So let's, ooh, perfect. Right over it completely. And it looks like it's thickening up a little bit. Oh, yeah. Look at that. You can tell it's getting thicker. You ready? Oh, yes, yes. Oh, yes. Hey, knock it off. Stop it, sweetheart. There we go. We're gonna kind of let that sit in its ice bath for a couple minutes, and we're going to give the other bowl a stir, because it's been hardening in there for a while. So let me just. Oh, I should have cleaned this off while we were waiting, huh? So this one I am cleaning off really as much as possible because it's got the zinc on there and some more cornstarch, and I really don't want any zinc in here unless there's already some in there that I don't know about. But yeah, so no. Okay. So take out the other one from the pizza. Ooh, it's nice and frozen. Frozen. Ooh, you can see the frost. I can. You can't probably. No, I should have known better. I should have known better. At this point, it would be nice to have a hand mixer, but I don't have a hand mixer. Or do I? No, I don't think I do. No. Alright, well, we'll let that sit out for a couple minutes. Oh, you know what? I can mix that, though. I just have to, break down the hard part at the moment. So let me use this one. Again, it's butter, so you play with it a little bit, it'll warm up. So let me... Oh, just the middle was kind of cool, I guess. Oh, that really froze, huh? Alright, well, while I struggle with this, I guess we're just going to keep the other one stirring as we go, because there's no point of looking at me struggle, right? Alright, we are getting thicker, but we don't want to kill the machine, so we're going to give it a break. Ooh, we're going to give it a break. Obviously forgot to do that part, but let's back you up. So you can see that it is getting to be a lot lighter in color. Think smart, not hard, guys. There we go. Whew. There we go. Let's get that as much as we can. Alright, we're gonna give this a rinse off the best it can. I know it won't be able to get everything, but don't really want to get that mixed with the zinc, so let's see here. No, however, it was starting to freeze at the very bottom. There's some chunks. Ooh, that is a full bowl. That bowl was not that full. Ugh, I need quiet for like 2 seconds. Jeez. And this needs something that's a little bit harder because that is going to be good enough for now. And I'm not going to put that in the ice until I'm actually ready to do that part. So we're just going to kind of let that cool for a little bit while I wipe this out and try to not use every last paper towel that I have. Probably looks like an avocado oil. You probably can't see how yellow that is. Alright. Did not use every last drop of that. Let's see. Oop. Put that back there. Alright, so that can sit for a moment in time. And get this back over here. Actually, let's move this so that way we don't spill all the ice. It's already frozen, so we'll skip that part for right now. Cool. Alright, so let's put that right here. And we'll get our mixture. That does not have zinc. And extra cornstarch. And this, guys, is frozen. Ooh, that will probably break the blade. So we're going to give that a second before we just go ahead and kill it. Alright, well that will melt a little bit. So while we're waiting, why don't we add some of the oils to it? Ooh, it is hotty, hotty, hot. There we go. Yeah, I don't want to break the blade, so we're gonna just be nice to that for a couple minutes. You know? You know? Alright, what was I doing? Oh yeah, let's add some of our soothing oils, health oils, and that other fun stuff, and maybe by then it'll be melted enough to give a good couple whips. Alright, so this is less than that, of course. So why don't we just do the two droppers, which is pretty much half. So you'll have like a full dropper worth. Just a tad extra. Okay. So there was our black seed oil. Here's our rose hemp oil. Rose hip. What's happening? And a skirt of that. And a skirt of that. There we go. And we're gonna do, let's do 8 pumps of our soothing oil. Oh, let's take the safety off first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Something, ocho. Yeah. Yes. And then let's add some of our vitamin E oil. It likes to take its time. Time is on my side. Yes, it is. Let's break that up a lot, actually. There we go. That will help. Come on, before that. Alright, there we go. Now let's give that a good whip and see what happens. Alright, well while that's doing its thing there, let's give this guy a little bit of a stir too. Woo! Hi, Colin. Ooh, thick. Get some of these clumps out of here. It's breaking down really nicely. that should help a little bit. And next time we stop it, we'll add the scent. I just need to pick out a scent first. Ooh, finger slip. Alright, there. How'd more get on there when I did that? Alright, let's see where that takes us. Oh, come on. You really gotta slip that much? nice mix so that way we can get some even texture going on. Whipping that body butter. Ooh, look at that body butter. Probably one of my best ones so far. Alright. I'm gonna let that cool off in this little ice bath for a moment. And we're gonna let that cool for a couple minutes. Just let everything kind of cool. Maybe we'll. No, I don't want to put that in the freezer. We're just gonna let that cool because it's a little annoying getting it out of there. But while we're waiting, why don't we put on our face cream for the night? I showered earlier. I didn't think I was gonna be doing it for this long, so let me dry my face a little bit. So this is the body butter we made last night. Minthara's face cream, or not body butter. Yeah, face cream. I've said like 5 things. It's supposed to be good for skin tightening, getting rid of some of these red spots, puffiness, lines, wrinkles, aging. Yeah, so we'll see what it does with these lines, the puffiness, these lines, and maybe even out the skin a little. We'll see. Alright, so I have used it last night and this morning, but after my hike I did take a shower, so let's see. That is the amount we are about to use. Alright. And it's good for hair too, so it doesn't really matter if it gets in the hair, or your eyebrows, or your beard. Wow. Oh, it smells so good too. Alright. And I did shave before we started. So we'll get that stubble area so that way no clogged pores happen. Oh, there we go. Let me dry my fingers. Oh, actually, let me do a little on my neck too. So when I shave on my neck, I always get these razor bumps. So let's hope And maybe this will help a little bit. And I definitely did too much. I didn't need to be doing this much. Maybe help some of the dryness around here. Remember, it's got that almond oil that helps prevent all that bacteria. We did wear it on the hike, and it was pretty cool. Alright, I'm just gonna put the rest of my beard, I guess. Alright. Let's wash my hands. And my skin looks all glowy. It feels nice. It doesn't feel like there's a lot on there. Do I wish it looked a little bit more dry? Yes. Because it kind of just looks like I have an oily face. But it's moisturized. And of course my gloves ripped off, so I don't have any more gloves right now. So since this sat in the ice bath for a little bit, ooh, got a nice. Alright, where's the there it is. Actually, let's take it out there for a second. So it didn't freeze on the bottom. So that's good. Makes that a little bit easier. Alright. It did start to get hard though, so that's good. Ooh, now my hands are gonna be constantly greasy. Alright, let's get this back on here. Oh, you know what? Just for a little bit. So the only thing about the cheesecake pan is that it will kind of like drain on you. Oh wait, how did I do that? There we go. Alright, and then let's get that going again. Oh, a lot of water came out there. There we go. Well, I guess I can't really use that for over the camera now because of how wet it is. Alright. we're gonna give it a nice little stir, and then we're gonna throw it in the freezer for a little bit. Alright, so we're gonna take this off for a little bit. Let this cool off. Oh, I just flicked it everywhere, guys. Let me get rid of some of this water in here too. Okay. And I'll let you see this too. Oh, look at that consistency. Oh, yes. A lot of people are probably thinking, that's not whipped enough. That's alright. We're putting it in the freezer for a little bit. I'm gonna let it harden. If I can remember, for not too long. It's kind of like pudding. Alright, so, alright, come on. There we go. Get back to that. Cool beans. Actually, this one doesn't have anything added into it, so we don't really need to clean this one out. This one is thick. It's gonna get a good whip in there. Oh god, I probably shouldn't have said that. Oh, I'm gonna get to fling everywhere. Let me just scoop, plop, scoop, plop. Ooh, no, not that much. Overboard. Oh, this is so nice. Alright, let me get the spatula for the rest. Oh man, I got it on the spoon. I didn't want to do that. Alright. That bowl is pretty much as clean as we're gonna get it right now. Look at this. This is gonna be so nice. There we go. Ouch! Hand slippery. Let's get this on. There we go. Now we're on. we go. There we go. You ready for this mixing? Let's scoop the sides. Oh, wow, that is so thick. And the color difference, too. Alright, let's give it some more whipping. Some more mixing. going to clean off the sides. I still see some color differentiation, some color difference. A lot less yellow. Alright, so I'm not seeing color difference anymore. And we're, I think, as light and fluffy as we're gonna get with this one. So it still keeps to a yellow hue, which is fine because we're working on a yellow, not character, a yellow inspiration. So we are going to add color by color, little by little. I'm hoping that this iridescent gold will maybe lighten this up a little bit, or it may just give it gold shimmer into it. So let's start with that and see where that takes us. Alright, so that didn't really lighten it up, so it doesn't look like that matters. But we're going to add some silver white along with some light gold and regular gold. Oh, I just got to get some of the silver white in here. Alright, here it goes. Gold. Alright, so the rose didn't look like it did too much, so I'm gonna just add just a little bit more of the rose. There we go. And I'm also going to give the edges a little scrape. And then this one is almost done, guys. And ladies and other gentlefolk. Oop! Didn't mean to drop it like that. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. And the other one I just keep on stirring a little bit and putting back in the freezer so that way it's easy to take out. and honestly, I think that is as whipped as this butter is going to get. There we go. Nice. Let's move some of the stuff out of the way. Give that a little break. Little breather. Ooh, this counter is so... Good thing it's microfiber. Dang. Alright, and that's pretty much the yellow that it's going to be. What's going on with the camera? Are you a little confused? Looks like it's a little foggy. Right? Okay, well, maybe it was a little bit too close. I shouldn't be using a napkin. Alright, well, I'll clean that up. Or wipe that off after, but yeah, it kind of looks like it's giving a shadowy effect almost. So there's that, and we're gonna put that in this cup. You can't really see the cup, can you? Try to get as much as we can off of that. And just let it kind of sit over here for a couple minutes. Oh, I hate that sound. It's also give everything a little bit of a scrape. And just, ooh, wow, that is so light. Oh no, man overboard. Why would you do that? And just so that way it's all done, I might have to use the other cup. It's a lot more than what I thought, though. Jeez. Come on. Jeez, this made so much. time's sake, gonna have to put this in here. This is gonna be the fun part. I gotta get as much of this out of here as possible. That is just how that one is going to be. Alright, and those have to get going before they completely dry. Alright, so that is almost, let's just do that one more time. Alright, that's pretty much got all the yellow out. Oh, we'll just restart with that. Cool, that is super soft. We're gonna let the rest of that kind of like melt, so that way we can kind of get those that yellow into some piping out. Oh, this has got to come off a little bit. Actually, a lot of it. Alright, and this other butter is about to get blended all up together. Most of the zinc and other stuff is off, so that's good. Lower this a little bit. on. It's a little harder when everything gets a little greasy. There we go. Sorry guys, that took a couple minutes. Get this under the ice, and that can keep going. Put this whoop, over here. All right. Get this turned on. Get that going. Alright, so we added a little bit of the raspberry seed and the stuff that's like CBD. I don't think we already, yeah, we did already add those oils. And for scent, we're going to put in, let's see, dirt. So we got some musk. We have some jasmine. We have some rose. Ooh! Oh no, that was a lot of rose. Yeek. That's gonna smell rosy for sure. And actually, since that was a lot of rose, that's gonna be it. So pretty much rose and jasmine. Give that a little stir. And while it stirs again, I'm going to pick a color. sides. And we're going to put some silver gray in there. And some brown, or bronze, I should say. Oop. Oop, that was a lot more than what I wanted, but it should definitely be brown. A lot of that got on the side, so I gotta scoop that a little bit. I don't know why it did that. Alright, and then we're just gonna add just a tad bit more of the brown. I know I said a tad, but my bad. Alright, well, we're going to drop that a little bit. Get some of this powder that's right here. Brown wants to hang on, come on. Oh! Did not see that in there. Alright, so let's give that a break. And by break, I mean we are done with the mixer tonight. Oh, it would have helped if I saw that. Hold on. I just noticed that was off. Alright, that is good enough. Let's get this out of the way. Take care of that tomorrow. Let's get some of that cleaned up. Alright. So that needs to dry a little bit. There we go. Hey everybody, you forget what I look like? Alright. And then just move this over here. Let's get as much as we can out of this. Yeah. Oh, it's right here. Aha! I didn't. It's right there. Alright, give this just the slightest little stir. And then scoop that off as much as possible. So it kind of looks like soil. I would say close to brown as we're gonna get. So let me use my spoon and get that in there. Yeek! There we go. That would have been a lot. There we go. Need to get some in there before you just start doing that, or else it's gonna fall over. Alright. that is the product that we're going to get out of that. There's a little bit left on the spoon. We want to get this before it really all is hard. Alright. Pump some soap in there. Put a little hot water in there. And then let me get a paper towel. And then we're gonna fill these babies up. I don't know what angle is better for you guys, but how's that? Okay, so we're going to put some of this brown in. It's not brown, but it's not yellow anymore. So there is a little bit of difference in there. I don't know how I did that. Is that it? I don't know. So you can see there is some color difference between the two. And I'm going to put a little bit of this one in each one if I can. Especially around the sides, so that way you can definitely see that there's two different ones in here. Alright, so that is our soil part of our formula. Which the main differences are going to be there's no zinc. Which I guess I should have had one that wasn't together for the two. So I could see what the differences are, but you know what, since this just has that, we're actually going to leave this one alone, so we can see how that one turns out. So there's that one. And then the rest of these, I'm going to try to fill as much as I can. Oh, and you know what? I'm also going to leave. I used all of them. I have these cups for just a little bit of this. because I do want to see what the difference is and how it feels. Alright, let's cut off a nice little corner. Make sure we hold the bag by the seal so it doesn't bust open on us. And put some in there. Ooh, God, that is so nice. Alright, so let's finish up that bottle. Oh, this one is really nicely whipped. Alright, there we go. Oops. Alright, and I don't have lids for these, but that can be like that for now. Hufflepuff Secret Recipe Healing Ointment. Look how pretty that is. Yeah, I know the consistency is amazing with this. Look at that. Alright, let's see. Alright, everybody. We have our Hufflepuff Secret Healing Ointment right here. Look at all that secret recipe goodness. And you know the recipe. Alright, everybody. I just want to say thank you for watching Mario's Kingdom again. And I enjoy doing these. Leave me some comments with something that you would like me to do, or if you want to see something a little different, or you know something a little different that I should be doing. I accept all the advice I can get and all the compliments and criticism. So if you have something, just let me know. And enjoy the night. Thank you.